woman's body never lies when she wants you. Most men don't recognize the difference until the moment has already slipped away. You've hugged women before, plenty of them. Friends, coworkers, family, casual goodbyes with strangers. Those hugs blur together. Neutral, predictable, empty. And then, once in a while, something shifts. One moment stands apart. The atmosphere tightens. Her body doesn't recoil. It stays, it settles. And inside that brief 3-second exchange, you feel something raw, something unspoken, a signal delivered without language, transmitted straight through skin. Science confirms that touch triggers the brain's reward circuitry almost instantly, but some forms of contact don't soothe. They ignite. They stir something ancient, and nearly every man misses them all. You need to grasp a basic truth about connection. Touch is never neutral. It never was. Every contact carries intent. Every shift in pressure communicates meaning. Every second held too long tells a story before the mind can translate it. The line between familiarity and attraction isn't drawn by words. It isn't drawn by eye contact. It's defined by microscopic changes in placement, timing, and force during physical contact. Most men live their entire lives illiterate in this language. They embrace women the same way they embrace relatives or co-workers and then wonder why nothing ever progresses. Why the energy fades, why she disengages, smiles politely, and the moment dissolves. This matters because men who truly understand touch exist in a different reality. They don't explain themselves. They don't try harder. They don't rely on looks. They communicate using the oldest system humans have. And that fluency alters outcomes completely. Neuroscience outlines this clearly. When skin meets skin, oxytocin is released. Bonding begins. But what research summaries gloss over is this. The quality of touch dictates the bond formed. A handshake creates formality. A backpat signals alliance. But precise, intentional, deliberately placed touch activates the limbic system directly, bypassing logic altogether. The hypothalamus fires. Dopamine floods the ventral tegmental area. The amygdala starts linking your presence with reward, safety, and a feeling she can't label but can't ignore. This isn't manipulation. It's biology. Anthropologists examining courtship across 43 cultures found the same progression. Movement from public to private touch follows a universal order. Men who understand that order don't guess. They sense it. More importantly, she does. Behavioral studies on attraction show women form unconscious judgments about sexual availability within the first 3 physical contacts. Not 3 dates. Not 3 conversations. 3 touches. And most men waste all of them on harmless, forgettable contact that conveys nothing at all. Picture the setting. The room is dim. A gathering winding down. A quiet moment before parting. She steps in for a hug. Right now, most men shut off, arms open, brief squeeze, pat, release, pleasant, safe, invisible, but there's another version of this moment. One where you see what's actually happening, where you recognize the opening hidden inside the ordinary, where a hug becomes something she replays long after you're gone. I'm going to show you 6 touches that change everything, the ones most men never notice. The difference between comfort and desire. The first is the lower back anchor. Watch what men instinctively do wrong. Their arms go high, hands land near the shoulders. Everything stays in the safe zone. The friendship zone. The place where attraction goes to die. Now watch couples who can't stop touching each other. Notice where his hands rest low, at the curve where her spine drops. That isn't random. The lower back is mapped differently in the somatosensory cortex. It's more responsive, more intimate, directly connected to nerve pathways the conscious mind avoids acknowledging. When your hand settles there during a hug, you're not just making contact. You're occupying intimate territory. You're signaling comfort and closeness, belonging. The pressure is critical, not forceful. Not hesitant, solid, present, your palm flat, fingers relaxed. This communicates certainty. Most men touch like they're afraid. Like every inch requires permission. That hesitation suffocates attraction instantly. The lower back anchor communicates competence, and she registers it immediately. Next comes the shoulder blade draw. After contact is made, most men freeze. They wait out the socially acceptable duration, then they disengage. They waste the hold, but there's a shift here that alters everything. As the hug continues, your hands move slowly upward along her sides. Not grabbing, not squeezing, traveling. fingers tracing her ribline, light enough to stay under conscious awareness, firm enough to wake every nerve along the way. Then the key moment. Your hands reach her shoulder blades and draw inward, not pulling, drawing. Pulling creates resistance. Drawing invites surrender. This inward pressure closes distance. Her chest meets yours. The space disappears. The hug becomes full body contact instead of polite geometry. In that instant, her nervous system decides. Safe or not. Attractive or irrelevant. Memorable or disposable. Done correctly, this registers as secure yet charged. Calm yet electric. It's the physical expression of being both playful and protective. Most men can signal one. Very few can signal both. Your hands can. The third is the neck whisper. This separates boys from men because it requires controlled boldness. As the hug deepens, one hand moves from her back to the base of her neck. It doesn't grip, it rests. Fingers ease into her hair at the nape. Your thumb settles near her throat. Your palm supports the back of her head. This is vulnerability. The neck protects life-critical structures. When she allows this, when she doesn't withdraw or tense, she's communicating trust at a biological level. Her limbic system has cleared you as safe. But that same vulnerability doubles as an arousal trigger. The neck is highly sensitive. Skin is thin. Breath becomes noticeable. Your presence becomes unavoidable. Her breathing shifts, slower, deeper. If you're attentive, you'll feel it. This is where most men retreat. They sense the tension and escape. They joke, they disengage. They collapse the moment. But tension isn't a threat. Sexual tension is the point. The neck whisper creates it and holds it. Men who remain steady inside that tension are the ones she remembers. The fourth is hip recognition. Hips don't lie. Literally. Their alignment tells you everything. Angled away means disengaged. Square and close means open. If her body is fully aligned, if there's no gap, the next step becomes available. One hand drifts from her lower back to her hip. Not the ass, not the thigh, the hip, where the waist transitions into legs. This requires awareness. If she's stiff, you stop. If she's relaxed, pressed in, unhurried, this is the natural progression. It's possessive without aggression, intimate without violation. It says you see her clearly, as a woman, not a friend. That clarity is rare. Women are exhausted by men who negotiate desire, who seek approval for every move, who hide want like a flaw. Your hand on her hip communicates honesty, and honesty is intoxicating. The fifth is the temporal stretch. Time changes everything. Men focus on location and pressure. Duration is just as powerful. 3 seconds is friendly. 7 is intimate. 15 is sexual. The temporal stretch means holding the hug longer than expected, calmly, without apology. You allow silence. You let her system adapt to your presence. Around 12 seconds, something shifts. Thought fades. Sensation takes over. Oxytocin peaks. Stress drops. She begins associating you with ease, with grounding, with stillness most men can't offer because they're always rushing. This requires patience, comfort with quiet, masculine steadiness. You're not holding her to get something. You're holding her because this moment is enough. She can feel that distinction instantly. The sixth is the release linger. This is where most men ruin everything. They disengage too abruptly. Hands drop, bodies separate, tension evaporates. Instead, as you step back, your hands slide slowly down her back, across her hips, along her arms. You maintain contact until only her hands remain in yours. Then you release. This extends sensation beyond separation. Her skin keeps registering you even after distance forms. It also plants anticipation. If this felt like this, what would more feel like? That question stays. The release linger is how you exit with gravity. You built tension. You sustained it. Now you dissolve it in a way that invites pursuit. This aligns with behavioral psychology. Peak end rule. Variable reward. Her brain remembers intensity and ending, and it wants it again. Step back and see the larger picture. This isn't 6 tricks. It's comprehension. Attraction isn't logical. It doesn't respond to arguments. It emerges in the body first. Men who understand this move with quiet confidence. They don't convince. They don't chase endlessly. They create moments where her body decides before her mind can object. This isn't manipulation because presence can't be faked. Comfort and masculinity can't be simulated. These touches only work when they come from genuine desire and respect. Mechanical execution fails immediately. Authentic intent does not. Desire isn't fair. It doesn't reward effort or patience. It responds to fluency. To the man who can create safety and excitement at the same time. The man who understands that 6 subtle shifts separate an invisible hug from an unforgettable moment. You can spend years building rapport and waiting, or you can communicate more in 15 seconds than most men ever do. While you hesitate, other men aren't. Some already speak this language. And while you're searching for certainty, they're creating experiences that make certainty irrelevant. Because once her body has responded, her mind is already behind. Decide whether you stay unaware or finally learn the language that's been present for thousands of years, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone who knows how to listen. Apply this with intention, use it with restraint,